Those who ask for permission negotiate their own dignity. You're not here to please. You're here to decide. Every time you ask permission to pursue your own agenda, someone learns that your word is an invitation to endless negotiation. From now on, the rule is simple. Act first. Explanation, never. You announce what you'll do. Offer a short window for a better alternative, if one exists, and follow through. No soap operas, no emotional justifications that become weapons against you. Respect is born from the act accomplished politely. Whoever controls the doors and schedules controls the narrative. When your door is always open, no one takes their shoes off. When you set the gate, the schedule, and the price of the detour, the house reorganizes, and the voices that asked for just today learn that exceptions have a cost. If quiet power is what you want to carry in the next few minutes, sign up now. We'll write boundaries that don't ask for applause. They just work. Advertise, don't beg. Limits for invasive partners and relatives. Invasion rarely starts big. It arrives wrapped in a just today message. This is how habit is born. A priceless exception, repeated a few times, becomes a precedent, and the precedent becomes the rule against you. When you train your environment to expect concessions, it learns to push. The alternative is simpler than it seems. Instead of negotiating your dignity with every request, you establish paths and walk them regularly. Those who want to travel with you adjust their pace. Those who want to deviate bear the cost of the deviation. The classic mistake of the nice guy is to justify limits with a lecture on feelings. The more emotion you unleash, the more the conversation opens up to endless debate. Limits aren't drama, they're geometry, a clear line and consistent behavior. The strongest message isn't in the phrase you utter, but in the pattern you repeat. If every Tuesday is your workout, then Tuesday is your workout. If Sunday is your rest, then Sunday is your rest. Explanation is optional. Consistency is not. Think of your home as a space with train tracks. Tracks don't argue over direction every minute. They exist, and the train runs at set times. When you change the tracks every day for fear of displeasing others, no one knows where the line is going, and everyone tries to take control of the map. When the tracks remain, the room reorganizes itself for efficiency. People schedule in advance, ask for less improvisation, and learn that their schedule has form. This isn't gratuitous harshness, it's predictability, which is the most adult form of care. Transform desire to please into a protection metric. Observe where you've given in reflexively and ask, what principle am I protecting by saying no? Time, health, project, sanity. If the answer is clear, the behavior continues without noise. Exceptions may exist, but with two criteria: they are rare and have an explicit cost to the person requesting them. Your time rescheduled in advance, an equivalent exchange, and responsibility assumed by the person requesting them. A cheap exception is an invitation to abuse. A priced exception teaches responsibility. Communication here is lean. Advance information, not a request for permission. You give notice with the same calmness with which you update a calendar, and then confirm with action, not defense. The test of limits is physical. To be or not to be. To open or not to open the door. To answer or not to answer outside the agreed time. 3 consistent repetitions are worth more than 30 justifications. After the third, the environment understands that your word is not a draft. It's a guideline. In the end, announcing, not begging, is less about speaking tough and more about living stably. Those who love and respect you learn quickly. Those who only benefit from your improvisation will call your order rigidity. Let them call it that. The goal isn't to please others' vocabulary, it's to protect the structure that sustains your life. When the structure is firm, even affection improves, because it no longer depends on its collapse. No act, no access. Stop supporting those who only suck. There's a pattern that drains any life. People who ask for time, money, or attention, but don't pay even the smallest bit of effort. They don't schedule appointments, don't confirm information, don't offer simple alternatives. This isn't clumsiness, it's emotional parasitism. When you sustain this dynamic, you teach others to use you as a buffer against their own disorganization. The antidote is to transform goodwill into measurable reciprocity. Before making room in your schedule, demand a small movement from the other party, not a heroic sacrifice, a simple, verifiable step. Those with genuine intentions take the step without drama. Those who just wanted to suck up invent a soap opera. The rule is crystal clear. No action, no access. The door isn't closed out of aggression, but out of hygiene, like someone demanding that you wash your hands before entering the kitchen. Understand what happens when a minimum price is presented. Half of the urgency evaporates. What was sold as pressure from the world was, in fact, disguised control. True urgency accepts the protocol because it wants to solve problems. False urgency needs chaos to keep you available. By demanding the small act, you trade shouts for data. Those who solve appear. Those who feed on your improvisation disappear. Apply this filter to money, where confusion often costs more. The recurring request, by Friday, thrives precisely on a lack of criteria. By demanding proof, clear deadlines, and proportional compensation, you force the perpetually distressed relative to become a responsible adult, or remove them from the loop. In a few weeks, the curve becomes clear. Either their behavior changes, or they stop knocking on your door. In either case, your energy returns to those who deserve it. No action, no access, isn't rancor. It's border politics. Generosity remains, but it only flows through channels where there's a check valve. You'll continue helping, as long as there's minimal effort on the other side. What changes is the currency. Blame is out. Judgment is in. And when judgment rules, relationships cease to be urgent hangers-on and return to being operational partnerships. Zero triangulation. Silence the drama and negotiate with those who decide respect dies when conversations take a side path. Triangulation seems innocent. A message sent by the mother, a complaint using the child as a shield, the aunt who's just helping, but the effect is always the same. Gossip grows. Responsibility disappears. Those who need an audience to negotiate don't want a deal. They want a spectacle. The antidote is to cut out intermediaries and close the room. The rule is simple. Talk to those who make decisions through the smallest possible channel and discuss only what is verifiable. When you remove the audience, the drama loses its oxygen. The voice naturally lowers. The exaggerations diminish, and the facts become clearer. In this dry environment, negotiation ceases to be a duel of versions and becomes engineering. First, you remove the spectators. No large groups, no crowded hallways. Then, you present a single concrete fact with time and context that any adult recognizes. It was agreed one way and delivered another. Finally, you apply the already foreseen consequence. No rescheduling, shortening the time, ending the participation. No fiery speeches, no glances at the stands. Just the next step. Notice how triangulation always tries to pull you back onto the stage. Phrases about intentions, old memories, shared guilt, emerge. Don't get involved. Intentions are shaky ground. Procedures are solid ground. Those who want solutions accept direct communication and focus on the objective data. Those who want chaos insist on the corridor, the mixed message, the comedy of useful misunderstandings. Triage happens automatically when you change the scene. There's a silent benefit when this discipline becomes a habit. Your reputation carries an implicit warning. Here, you negotiate with those who make decisions about what happened in a setting without an audience. It's a natural filter for poisonous messengers. Some will call it coldness. It's simply relational hygiene. In a clean space, the truth emerges quickly, and professionals recognize each other. Zero triangulation isn't aggression, it's operational peace. By closing side doors, you reduce noise and increase the rate of genuine agreements. Soon, even those who enjoy drama realize that, near you, the theater isn't selling tickets. Those who truly want results adapt. Those who wanted trouble seek another stage, and your energy returns to where it should always have been, on what's decisive. Domestic authority, reputation that shuts up the room. Good people don't buy love. They buy access at no cost. When you give unlimited availability, you teach others to manage your schedule for their own convenience. Love and respect are born of consistency, speaking little, announcing clearly, and following through repeatedly. When this happens 3 times in a row, the house gets the message without words. Around you, agreements become reality. Domestic authority is routine, not charisma. Choose 2 rules that protect your territory, those that preserve rest, focus, and sanity, and treat them as infrastructure for 30 days. Don't promise. Don't ask for collective validation. Inform and execute. Repetition builds a reputation that dispenses future explanations. The environment stops testing you because it learns that your words have predictable consequences. The difference shows up on the table. Instead of asking for permission for every adjustment, you communicate decisions well in advance and offer collaboration where it really matters. This takes the issue out of the emotional realm, where everything becomes an endless debate, and places it squarely on the logistics. What needs to happen now for everyone to function better from now on? The more you deliver, the less your family will pull you into the theater of justifications. Efficiency speaks for itself. There's a silent sign that authority is established. People begin to organize around you, not out of fear, but because your predictability saves everyone energy. Schedules stop being negotiated at the last minute. Requests start coming with context and responsibility, and you stop being the emergency solver and become the reference for order. This doesn't cool affection. It purifies it. What was once a bond grows. What was once abuse loses oxygen. If you are going to choose 2 rules and stick to them for the next 30 days, write 30 days in the comments. This forces you to make your first public commitment, and the house understands that the clock has started ticking. 1-sentence decree. Speak once, do 3. There comes a time when explaining is weakness and deciding is dignity. The decree is simple. Speak once. Follow through 3 times. Clear communication, 3 practical confirmations, and the environment understands without you having to repeat yourself. Before any conversation, run the silent detector that closes doors in the fog. Did I announce what I'm going to do with a date and time? Did I give a short window for a better alternative without justifying myself? Is there a minimum toll to continue? A small act on the other side? Do I have a standard consequence if they test the limit? Restrict access? Leave early, not reschedule. When these 4 blades cut together, only the path that works remains. Execution follows cold mathematics. 2 tests of disrespect. You reposition, shorten access, formalize in writing, and only move forward with minimal delivery. 3 tests. You cut, withdraw access, document the decision, move on. No sermons, no stage. Short decisions avoid long wars. It's Machiavelli without romance. You don't fight. You define and proceed. Those who want to participate enter through the right gate. Keep the last image because it governs everything you've built here. A castle-like house. Key in your hand. Times on your watch. A quiet voice. When doors and clock align with your word, the room is organized by efficiency, not fear. Dignity doesn't ask permission. It warns and follows. If this class gave you tools, subscribe and write yours in the comments 1-line decree phrase that you will communicate today. Then, fulfill it 3 times. The rest will fall into place.